put the weeping icon. The rain had fallen for 7 days without pause, a slow, endless baptism over the little mountain village of Valinor. The clouds hung low like mourning veils, and every street gleamed with a reflection of cold light. At the heart of the village stood the church of St. Miriam, small and time-worn. Its bell cracked, its candles few. Yet it was there that something began, something that would make even the faithful tremble. On the 8th morning, Sister Helena found the Virgin's icon weeping, the painted eyes of the Virgin and Child, dulled by centuries of incense and dust, now glistened with clear tears that caught the glow of Helena's lantern. She leaned close, heart pounding. The droplet shimmered like dew before slipping down the Virgin's cheek and resting at her chin, trembling as though alive. By noon, the news had spread. The mother weeps. The villagers whispered. The heavens grieve with us. That evening, the church was overflowing. Farmers, mothers, soldiers, beggars, all knelt beneath the flicker of candles. The air smelled of wax and damp wool. The floor shone with reflected light, and the sobs of prayer rose and fell like waves. Some claimed they saw the Virgin's lips move. Others said the tears were sweet to the taste. But Father Gabriel, the parish priest, stood apart in the rear nave, his hands folded tightly, his eyes narrowed beneath the faint golden halo of the candlelight. Miracles, he knew, were not always born of heaven. When the pilgrims had gone, he approached the icon alone. The church was hushed except for the soft hiss of rain against the stained glass. He reached up with a linen cloth and wiped the Virgin's face. The tear vanished, but before he could turn away, he felt a breath against his ear. "Father," a woman's voice whispered, "she does not weep for mercy, she weeps for warning." Gabriel spun around. At the door stood an old woman, her frame stooped beneath a soaked cloak, a silver rosary glinting in her hand. Her eyes were a color he could not name, neither blue nor gray, but bright, as though holding their own light. Her skin seemed almost translucent, her hair like cobwebs streaked with moonlight. "Who are you?" he asked, startled. "Only one who has seen before," she said softly. "It begins when men forget the light that guides them, and so the light warns." Before he could reply, she lifted a trembling finger toward the icon. "Keep your heart clean, priest. Not every tear is holy." A sudden gust swept through the church, extinguishing the candle he held. When he relit it, she was gone, the door unopened, the air still. That night he could not sleep. The rain ceased. The village sank into unnatural quiet. He returned to the church near midnight and found the candles bending toward the icon as if pulled by breath. Each flame leaned, quivering, and he heard the faintest sound, like weeping beneath the floor. He whispered, "Lord, be my light in darkness." Then, from the shadows of the chancel, came a voice, soft, cold, and echoing. "Do you seek the light or the truth that burns within it?" The words froze him. He clutched the crucifix on his chest. The Virgin's tears had turned red, not blood, but something darker, almost luminous, pulsing faintly in the glow. When dawn broke, the icon was dry again, but carved faintly into the wood near the Virgin's hand was a new mark, the shape of a single feather traced in silver dust. Later that morning, the villagers gathered once more, rejoicing that the rain had stopped. Light poured through the windows for the first time in days, turning every drop on the pews into liquid gold. In the doorway stood the old woman again. Her cloak was now white, and her eyes brighter than before. Sister Helena called to her, but she only smiled, a sad, knowing smile, and whispered, "The light will test them." She crossed herself and stepped into the sunlight, where her figure seemed to dissolve, not vanish, but melt into brilliance, like mist meeting dawn. Father Gabriel watched in silence. Then he looked back at the icon. In that golden light, the Virgin's eyes seemed dry, yet her gaze pierced him with both grief and compassion. He knelt and prayed. "If your light reveals judgment, Lord, let it first purify me. Teach us to walk by faith when the miracles burn too bright to bear." Outside, the bells began to ring, though no hand had touched them, and a single white feather drifted down from the rafters, glowing as it fell.